It feels like the Raiders totally botched the end of this season, and I'm not even mad at Pierce. Like, I mean, if you're Antonio Pierce, and I'm sure, like, he would never admit this, but I'm sure internally he was feeling like, oh, I'm under a little bit of pressure here. I need to win games. Of course you're going to try to win games. Of course you're going to try to build some kind of positive momentum going down the stretch, at least to end the year, to say, you know what, we were bad this year, but we're making improvements going forward. This is my pitch to stay here as head coach. Obviously, Mark Davis didn't buy that. I'm sure whoever Mark Davis talked to, they wasn't buying it as well, but it just feels like a really, really poorly run organization that's always reactive instead of proactive, and that's how they find themselves in these bad situations. Crosby, you bring up a really good point with him because, like, that's probably your only piece of value. I mean, they signed Christian Wilkins. He's a really good defensive tackle, just was hurt the rest of the year and only played in about 6 or 7 games for them. But, like, Crosby's your most valuable asset. And if you're looking at this thing long term, maybe it is trading a guy like him, which sounds crazy because he's one of the best pass rushers in the league, and that's a super important position. And he's not like old. Max Crosby's like 28, 29 years old. He's not super old, so he's really impactful. But if you want to get a war chest of draft picks to try to build out this roster, because, like, man, they need as much help and as much young talent on cost-controlled contracts, that's probably your guy to help you go ahead and do that. Because I think you can get a first-round pick for Max Crosby, probably, given the fact that he's like one of the best pass rushers in the league and is like one of the Defensive Player of the Year candidates every time we talk about that award at the start of the season. So for the Silver and Black, it's some dark days that they've had, and I think dark days are ahead. But I do believe with Tom Brady as a minority owner, he at least knows what it looks like. Mark Davis does not know what it looks like. And who knows? Maybe Brady becomes more influential and maybe does this ownership thing full time. Like, who knows what happens? Maybe it's 1 year for Tom Brady at Fox, but I think that honestly, Brady getting more involved, I think, is a good thing if you're a Raider fan, because you couldn't keep going down this Antonio Pierce road. Like, that road was leading to nowhere, and like the shine had worn off of like the Raider way and like all the Raider chants that he was doing. Like, that's cool for a couple of weeks, but after that, we need to see some substance, and we never saw substance with the Las Vegas Raiders under head coach Antonio Pierce.